AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press release out of the small cap space every morning at the open so you can hopefully profit from them, maybe find your next great small cap investment. It's Wednesday, May the 2nd. Today's show being brought to you by Sonomax, SHH on the TSX Venture Exchange, the best hearing technology company in the world, and they've got the Fortune 500 companies, clients to back it up. Make sure you do your due diligence on Sonomax. The big news today, before we get into the four press releases, is the Toronto Graphite Express Conference. If you're in Toronto, this is a fantastic conference. I'll tell you why. They're getting it all done in just 3.5 hours. Quick, concise. You get the information you need. It's downtown Toronto at the Sheridan Centre. Get over to the Graphite Stocks blog for more details, or just do a Google search for Toronto Graphite Express. Let's get to the four press releases. Speaking of graphite, first up, Strike Graphite trades on the Venture Exchange on the stock symbol SRK. This is a client of AGORACOM. They are a sponsor of the site, but we don't talk about AGORACOM client news unless the news stands on its own 2 feet. And the company today announced that they intersected, quote, significant graphite at their Simon Lake graphite property. It is intersected graphite nyses on the first hole at the company Simon Lake property. Thus far, graphite mineralization has been encountered at the beginning of the hole, with the most abundant intercepts occurring from about 10 to 23 to 24 meters, about a 14-meter interval, and from 45.7 to 69.5, about a 23.8-meter interval there. Drilling of the first hole will continue until approximately 240 meters, or until passing through a final potential graphitic zone. The current hole has verified the historic intervals of graphite, which in the past, core descriptions, just some of them on the narrow intervals, were described as graphite flake abundant. The company is saying that, quote, unquote, and quote unquote, heavy graphite in 6 to 12-inch bands. So the company definitely likes this news. They closed yesterday at 35 cents. Their 52-week range, 10 cents on the low, 44 cents on the high. A lot of happy shareholders there, and Strike deserves it. Make sure you do your own due diligence. Next up, First Nickel, TSX Big Board, FNI. Great numbers here. They're reporting an 87% increase in first quarter production, and they're affirming their full year production as well. These are preliminary first quarter production numbers. They produced about 1.2 million pounds of nickel, 900,000 pounds of copper. This is at their Lockerbie mine in Sudbury, Ontario, by the way. During the first quarter, ore production was 451 tons per day. That's an 87% increase sequentially. I said that in the title. When I read the title, I thought it was annual. That's a sequential increase over fourth quarter 2011 production. And they're saying that their expected production is expected to average about 500 to 550 tons per day in the second quarter. So remember, 450 in the first quarter, 500, 550 tons per day in the second quarter as the project ramps up. So those are great numbers. For the year, they're anticipating production of 6.3 to 7.4 million pounds of payable nickel. The company says that once the Lockerbie mine reaches full production, which is expected by the end of 2012, it's expected to produce at a rate of about 10 million pounds of nickel and about 7 million pounds of copper annually. So you can imagine the cash flow there. I love this press release. Company closed yesterday 10.5 cents, 4 on the low, 19 cents on the high. Market cap about $53 million. Switching gears a little bit, in the U.S., MiMedx Group, okay, MDXG, I'm not sure I pronounced that name, MDXG, but what does matter, what I can't pronounce, is that they're announcing record first quarter results. What does the company do? They produce patented, protected, regenerative biomaterials and bioimplants processed from human amniotic membrane. This is going to be, believe me, folks, when I tell you, a very big industry going forward, and this company seems to be right at the beginning here. Record revenue for the first quarter, $3.7 million. That's a 255% increase year over year. Massive. It's also a 41% increase sequentially over the fourth quarter. EBITDA came also in at a record $314,000. That's a $2.6 million improvement, because last year at this time they had a loss of $2.3 million on the EBITDA sides of things. So significant progress made on the top and bottom line. On the balance sheet, I like what I see. Current assets increased to $7.1 million, while current liabilities declined $1.1 million to $6.8 million. So now their current assets are surpassing their current liabilities. Very good signs all the way around. The company closed at $1.10 yesterday, $1.45 on the high, 75 cents on the 52-week low. Market cap, $86 million, so it's a pretty healthy market cap. Nonetheless, definitely something I would want to watch going forward. This could be one of those great companies 5 years down the road. And finally, Luxor Industrial Corporation on the venture exchange, LRL. They announced company sales for the 12 months on December 31st, 2011, $3.23 million. That's up 170%. Sales for that quarter ended in December came in at $970,000 compared to $330,000 for the fourth quarter of the year before. So that's up pretty much triple. That's up about that's up almost 200%, or a triple. And if you do the math, you'll see that actually makes sense. So if you extrapolate that number, the $970,000 over 4 quarters, you're talking about a company that's going to come in just under $4 million in revenue, $3.9 million in revenue. That's a great number, great increase. That assumes they don't actually increase or grow at all during the year. So what does it come to do? They manufacture market engineered bridging. So what does this do? Because I don't know what it does. Enables a floor to act as a system with what they call unparalleled scale of gain in stiffness in rigidity. I'm not sure about the applications yet because I haven't looked into it, but the numbers are telling me somebody's buying. They closed yesterday at 10 cents. Market cap about $2.1 million. And you're talking about a company that brought in revenue of $3.2 million, and they actually brought in net income of $342,000. So pretty decent market. I think it's a very attractive market cap, and it looks like they're growing, and I like the product. This is something I'm going to watch. 19 cents on the 52-week high, 7 cents on the 52-week low. That's a wrap. As always, quality over quantity. 4 great press releases for you. If you look for more great resource news and you watch us on Globe Investor, then look below me or to the left of me to see the resource companies we've covered over the past few days. Otherwise, if you're not already there, get to the front page of AGORACOM, watch the show, take a look at the best headlines on my right, and get into our marketplace to discover your next great small cap stock. That's a wrap. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.